So the iPhone 13 has been announced, but how does the normal iPhone 13 compare against last year's iPhone 12? Is the iPhone 13 worth the upgrade over the 12? Well, let's do a review comparison. So that's right guys, the iPhone 13 is finally here. After months of waiting, we can finally get our hands on it. So today I'm going to do a comparison of specs between the iPhone 12 normal and the iPhone 13 normal. So let's get started. So then, on the left side we have the iPhone 13 and then on the right side we have the iPhone 12. So the comparison will be like this all the way through. So let's begin then with the display type. So both of these phones have an OLED display. The iPhone 12 got an OLED last year and this was the first time kind of the normal range of iPhone got the upgrade of this screen, and the iPhone 13 has got exactly the same. For screen size, they're both identical as well, because at the end of the day the iPhone 13 is just basically an upgraded version of the iPhone 12, and they both have a 6.1 inch display. Screen resolution is also the same, with the screen ratio at 19 by 5 by 9, and then also the resolution on both of these phones is 2532 by 1170 screen resolution. Moving on to the pixels per inch, so this is the amount of little dots of pixels per an inch on your screen. There is 460 of them on both of these phones. And then moving on, we've got the display and refresh rate, and both of these phones have got a 60 Hz refresh rate. Remember, it's just the iPhone 13 Pro range that does have the 120 Hz ProMotion display, but both of these displays are very, very similar in the normal iPhone 13 and also the iPhone 12. The same for display protection. Last year with the iPhone 12 we got introduced to ceramic shield, and this year we got the identical ceramic shield technology or the type of glass on the iPhone 13. However, inside the actual iPhone 13 and the iPhone 12, things change a bit, especially with the processor. So the original iPhone 12 has an A14 Bionic that has 4 efficiency cores and 2 performance cores, and also has a 4-core GPU. Now the A15 Bionic is a very, very similar setup in the sense of that it's got 4 efficiency cores and 2 performance cores, except for those cores are a little bit more tweaked to be a bit more higher, and also they're a bit more efficient as well. But it also has got a 4-core GPU. Just only the iPhone 13 Pro models on the iPhone 13 range actually have a 5-core GPU. But still, the 4-core GPU inside the iPhone 13 is about 20 to 25% faster than the GPU that's in the original iPhone 12 with the A14. Next, we have the RAM amounts inside these phones. So the RAM is the same for both of them. So last year, the iPhone 12 got bumped up from 3GB to 4GB of RAM. And the iPhone 13 also has 4GB of RAM inside it. Actual technology for the RAM hasn't changed either, so they use exactly the same type of RAM inside. Moving into storage though, and this is where things change quite a lot. So with the iPhone 12 last year, or currently as well, we got a lineup of a 64GB, 128GB and a 256GB. But with the iPhone 13, everything has been bumped up by 1. So now the starting storage amount is 128GB, then 256GB, and now there's even a 512GB option on the iPhone 13. For expansional storage, so this is using the micro SD card, it is not available on any iPhone. If you want to store things somewhere else, you can either plug in something like a Lightning thumb drive, or you might be able to store it like somewhere like on iCloud or another cloud provider if you do need more space. For operating system, both of these phones support Apple iOS 15, and they will support the latest versions of iOS 16, 17, 18 and so on for many years to come. Then we have the actual battery size in these two iPhones. So the iPhone 12 has a 2815 milliamp battery, whereas the iPhone 13 has a 3095 milliamp battery. And it is claimed that the iPhone 13 has around about a 2.5 hours battery gain over the iPhone 12 in battery life, and this is down to basically not draining your phone too much. If you were playing, say, a high-end game on full brightness and full sound, for example, this would just be normal kind of daily tasks. You should be able to get about 2.5 extra hours on the iPhone 13 over the iPhone 12. For wired and wireless charging, they're basically identical. So for lightning charging, so this is you plugging your lightning port at the bottom, and at the other end plugging it into a USB-C charger, you should be able to get 20 watts of charging into both of these phones. Then both the phones support the MagSafe charging, or the wireless MagSafe, what was introduced in the iPhone 12 range, and this can be done at 15 watts per hour. Next of all, we actually have the weight of both of these phones. So the actual weight of the iPhone 12 is 164 grams, but the iPhone 13 actually weighs a little bit more at 173 grams, and the main reason behind this is due to that larger battery inside the phone, and also one or two other little bits of extra technology that's put a tiny bit more weight on the iPhone 13. Also, with water resistance on both of these phones, they are identical again. Both phones have an IP68 rating, what basically means they can be submerged in a clean liquid up to 6 meters for up to 30 minutes. However, if it did fall into the sea, for example, just for a couple of meters for, let's say, 10 minutes or so, it should also survive that as well. However, I wouldn't recommend testing this out. Basically, the water resistance there is just to give your phone a little bit more of extra protection from spillage, or for example, if you drop it into a lake or something like that. So, just quickly, this channel has just hit over 230,000 subscribers, what is absolutely amazing. And we did a giveaway of a MacBook Pro M1. Well, I've got you some great news, guys. We're doing another giveaway, and it is for this. It is for an iPad Pro M1 with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage. Now, anybody can enter in to win this giveaway around the world. It is an international giveaway. But all I want to know from you guys is basically, what Apple tech are you planning to buy in 2021? Or what other tech are you planning to buy if it's not going to be Apple tech? Write it down in the comments below, and make sure at the same time as well to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, because when we get over 260,000 subscribers, I'm going to be revealing who the winner is of this iPad Pro. So make sure you do that right now, because you'll want to know if you're going to be the lucky person to get your hands on this iPad Pro. Also at the same time as well, if you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure to press the like button. Well, let's get back to the video. So ports are next. So on both the iPhone 12 and the iPhone 13, they both support the Lightning connection, what's been around now for about 8 or 9 years. However, there is no headphone port on the actual iPhone 12 or the iPhone 13. So you would have to use something like Bluetooth headphones or AirPods or some other similar kind of accessory to make it work. Then to do with the actual stereo speakers built inside the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 12, they both have them, and also the speakers are identical on both of these phones. So basically you'll get the same sound quality on both of these phones, and also the loudness is also around the same. For 5G technology, both these phones are able to do this. The iPhone 12 range was the first iPhones to have 5G built in, and the iPhone 13 also has the same. But if you want to have the faster Wave, it's only available in the USA at the moment, and all the models of the iPhone 13 and the iPhone 12 have this technology inside it if you buy yourself a USA model, but just remember at the moment it only works over there. For Bluetooth technology, the iPhone 12 came with Bluetooth 5.0 and the iPhone 13 also has Bluetooth 5.0. For rear cameras though, things do change a little bit more in basically the kind of features you get with the iPhone 13 over the iPhone 12. Yes, both of them do have a 12 megapixel wide and a 12 megapixel ultra wide, and they can both record up to 4K video, but the iPhone 13 also does have larger sensors and also larger lenses to let in much more light for more dark pictures. For rear camera features, they are very similar again, but again the iPhone 13 has some extra features. They both support quad tone, 5x digital zoom, night mode, deep fusion, smart HDR3 and Apple Pro RAW. However though, the iPhone 13 also has the ability to use cinematic, what's that brand new kind of way of recording videos if you want to do it in a cinematic way, and also the primary wide lens also has sensor shift technology, what last year was only exclusive to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, so it's really good to see this in a baseline iPhone. Switching round to the front then of the iPhones, we've got the selfie camera. So both of these phones have a very similar selfie camera with a 12 megapixel one, and they can both record up to 4K. However, the iPhone 13 actually does have a smaller notch inside it, and the main reason behind this is that the actual speaker has been moved slightly higher and all the sensors have been crammed in a little bit closer to give you a bit more of a smaller notch on the phone. For price wise, the prices are exactly the same for the starting prices when they first came out new. So with the iPhone 12, when it came out new last year in October, it started at $799 and this gave you the 64GB model. The iPhone 13 now, with it being new, starts at $799, but you get 128GB of storage instead. Moving on to colours, the colours are very similar in 4 out of the 5 colours. So you get your black, your white, your red, and you also got your blue. However, there is a difference where the iPhone 12 had a green colour, and then later on in the year, well this year in 2021, a purple colour was introduced to make up 6 colours. But with the iPhone 13, we have a black, white, red, the blue, and we've also got this brand new pink that you can see right here. So that is a comparison of the iPhone 13 versus the iPhone 12. So as you can see guys, the iPhone 13 is an incredible phone this year, and it's definitely worth looking into if you're looking to do an upgrade on your current iPhone. However, if you've still got an iPhone 12, it might not be worth the upgrade, as you can see with the specs in comparison. The iPhone 12 is still an incredible phone, and if you can get yourself a good deal on an iPhone 12, I would still say get one. But if you are really getting an aged old iPhone at the moment, or if you've got an old aged Android and you're looking for a great spec'd up phone, definitely the iPhone 13 is worth looking into. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are against the iPhone 13 versus the iPhone 12 specs. Well, at the same time guys, it's time to wrap up this video. So if you have enjoyed watching it, please do press the like button. And also at the same time, if you want to hear the latest Apple news, reviews and comparisons, please also make sure you hit that subscribe button followed by the notification bell. Until next time guys, I will see you soon. Bye.